Welcome back, guys. It is week 12. As you can see, we are starting off with some posing. We got the morning weigh-ins on the left and then the post-workout on the right. As you can see, I wake up around 156, and then when I'm training, I'm about a couple pounds heavier. I might be 159. I don't even know at this point. I don't weigh myself only in the mornings, really. So as you can see, I look a little bit flatter on the left. You can go back and see, and I look a little bit thicker on the right. I'm not trying to manipulate the camera at all. I think the angle may be a little bit different on the right versus the left, but I try to get as close as possible so you guys can compare that, getting that pump in, getting those carbs in and everything can make a big difference. But hopefully you enjoyed like the little side by side, but we're gonna get right into this workout.
What's going on, y'all? We are still on week 12. We just got done with all the meat filming and everything for the past couple days. So Saturday and Sunday was this full day of filming. Now that all that's done, tons of energy. We're here at DNA. We have our back and delt day. We only got 5 exercises. We're still on that sort of deload, but I'm gonna use as much energy as I can today just because I feel rejuvenated. We are now actually on a new meal plan, massing phase. So I'm on a surplus of like 200 more calories than I normally was, and the food has changed, so more carb based. I'll go over the meal plan a little bit later in terms of like what I'm actually eating and what the whole breakdown. I have a whole separate video on the new meal plan so you guys can see what I'm eating daily. Again, it's always pretty simple. We got to keep it simple because we don't want to have to think too much while we're lifting. We just know that we're getting fueled properly and everything's going to just do its thing. You gotta trust your coaches, trust your nutritionist, everything. I have a 2-for-1, so long haul. He's been amazing through this entire process, from the cutting, recomp, to the mini mass, to now actual massing phase. I'm telling you, this next block is going to go crazy. So expect a lot of PRs, expect a bigger mark. So anyways, we're gonna start with rear delt flies. I'm gonna warm up a little bit and then we'll try into the workout. It is back in delt day, so definitely gonna take this off after I warm up. But yeah, let's get straight into it.
Starting off with the cable rear delt flies, we're gonna warm up a little bit here. We're not gonna really control it too much, really just getting that movement in and just getting that quick little pump in before the real set. And it's back day, so we gotta show that back. Now we're in the working set. We're gonna do a little bit more controlled here. Squeeze, control it back, squeeze, control it. As you can see, I'm holding the balls of the cable this time because I just didn't want to have to deal with using the cuff and then my hands hitting each other. So that's one of the main reasons when people use the balls anyways, just because the annoyance of them hitting each other. I was pumped out right there. Moving on to another set. Getting a little closer view here. Like to keep those arms stretched, keeping that tension. Squeeze that guy. We're only doing about 30-40 pounds here, so don't think that you need to overload on these cable flies here. Make sure we're hitting those right muscles. Woo, do a little flex. Back is getting bigger. Alright, we got the Terry's lat pull down. This one's very interesting. Gotta want to stay in a fixed position. If you notice, I got the little thoracic extension there, and I'm staying in a very fixed position because I'm trying to work that upper back a little bit. This is like an upper back lat pull down here. That's how you want to think about it. I do have the mag grip, which is a little bit different, but I just like that mag grip. It feels good. Just want to switch it up a little bit from the traditional lat pull down bar. But I'm still getting that upper back squeeze, so we're all good. Moving on to T-bar row. Most of you are familiar with this one. I like to use my straps, wrap in there so I don't have to worry too much about grip. And then you really want to get that stretch, squeeze, stretch down, squeeze. I got a pretty good tempo here. Some of you really go too fast on this and you're just kind of swinging it up and then letting it crash down, which I don't really recommend. Really take just like half a second just to squeeze, control it down. Get that contraction in the back. Get the most value out of this. Get that thickness in the back here. Stretch forward, down. And I will say that it is pretty difficult to breathe, especially after probably rep 5. Kind of like gasping for air because this weight is just caving down on your chest, your stomach. But we gotta get through it. There we go. Okay, we are cruising through this video, y'all. We're in upper back machine row. It actually only said machine row, but I've been really enjoying getting that upper back worked out because I got injured a while ago and my upper back suffered a lot. So I'm really just trying to go back and rebuild it before I compete. So any upper back movement I can do, I will do. And as you can see, I'm squeezing, stretching a little bit, squeezing, but I'm not letting go of the tension. Gotta keep in mind that I'm not just like resting the weight. I'm going and I'm stretching just far enough for it to not touch and keep that tension on my back. So just keep in mind when you're doing this exercise. And here's just another angle for you right here. So you can kind of see the thickness going on back there. And as you can see, the tempo here is pretty decent, but you can definitely tell later on in the reps that I'm not holding that contraction just as long, and that's just because the hypertrophy and the burning of the muscle, the upper back, you just really feel at the end there. So maybe need to drop it just a little bit just so I can squeeze just for a millisecond longer just so I get more value out of this. And I end up doing this later on, like in the series, but for now I'm just kind of trying to get through it. Moving on to the last set here. Just really wanted to show you guys the back angle. And as you can see, I actually did lower the weight here. And I guess I did learn my lesson of just, I really wanted that contraction and that good squeeze. I just wanted a really good set versus like a heavy ego lifting set. Probably felt bad doing it not right. Ooh. We got one more exercise after this. Sheesh. So the last exercise is kneeling cable high pull, but this is actually part of my pull day, not my back and rear delt day. And I flip-flopped them accidentally. I'm supposed to actually be doing a single arm lat pullover instead, but that's okay because I'm still working my lat and I am activating a little bit of my rear delt here. Not specifically, but just this movement is very lat focused. So pretty much the same sort of movement, just at a different angle. Lat pullover is more horizontal. I would lower it a little bit, and it's a little bit more lat focused. So similar, but not what I was supposed to be doing, but we can deal with it. Switching sides here, I'm going to show you guys the right side now. This is definitely my stronger side, and I feel a lot more comfortable. But this exercise is just very tough. I probably should be leaning into it a little bit more to the right, kind of leading into it with my elbow, but still pretty new to this movement. So we're still working through some things. But we get better. Again, using the straps. Love using the straps, so I don't have to focus on that grip and really just focus on pulling motion, and then we're done. And then just a little post gym posing again. This is more of the YouTube version versus the Instagram reel version that you saw at the very beginning. So they're just two different videos. They look very similar, but I like to have that consistency in my posing no matter which camera I'm using or whichever angle. But anyways, if you've stayed this long, thank you guys so much for all your support. If you haven't already, like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you next time.